What's happening, Who Dey Nation? Let's dive into the latest buzz surrounding our Cincinnati Bengals. With Joe Burrow recovering from injury, front office conversations are heating up around potential free agent signings and trade possibilities at quarterback. The team recently added 2 QBs to the practice squad, but there's talk of another intriguing name floating around. Before we break down the latest rumors, make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and hit that bell icon so you never miss fresh Bengals updates and live game coverage. One suggestion making waves comes from Heavy Sports, a potential move for quarterback Joe Milton, currently with the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys snagged Milton in the offseason, flipping a 7th-rounder while parting with a 2025 5th-round pick. Milton is a freakish athlete with a rocket arm, but that same power sometimes works against him. His touch and accuracy can be inconsistent. He can scramble and create plays on the ground, but does he truly offer an upgrade over the Bengals' recent signings? That's the question front and center as the team weighs every option. Some insiders believe the Bengals might consider flipping a late-round draft pick, maybe a 6th or 7th, for extra quarterback depth. Even with Mike White now on the roster, questions remain about the backup plan if Joe Burrow needs more time to heal. The front office is weighing whether a move like that truly improves the position or just adds another body. Cincinnati sits roughly in the middle of the league with about $10.7 million in available 2025 cap space. That isn't a fortune, so any signing must be smart and cost-effective. The team has to balance immediate needs with long-term flexibility. One practical target is veteran guard Cody Whitehair. He's logged solid experience in Chicago and Las Vegas and, notably, didn't allow a single sack in 2024. With the Bengals battling injuries along the interior offensive line, a dependable blocker like Whitehair could provide valuable depth without breaking the bank. Whether it's a small trade for quarterback insurance or a bargain signing to bolster protection, Cincinnati's front office faces a delicate puzzle, strengthening key spots while keeping their financial playbook wide open for bigger moves down the stretch. Here's a curveball worth considering: Brandon Scherff. Yes, the former All-Pro guard is technically retired, but at just 32 he isn't far removed from starting caliber play. Last season with Jacksonville he surrendered 0 sacks and only 17 pressures, proving he can still hold his own in pass protection. With injuries thinning Cincinnati's interior line, especially with Lucas Patrick sidelined, the Bengals could at least make a phone call. A short-term offer might tempt Scherff back if he's kept himself in shape. The Bengals did bring in Lucas Patrick this offseason, but preseason struggles and the current injury list leave the unit vulnerable. Signing a reliable veteran, even to the practice squad at first, could stabilize protection for Joe Burrow when the schedule tightens. Whether it's Scherff or another seasoned guard, the message is clear: Cincinnati can't afford to gamble with offensive line depth. Solidifying the trenches now could be the difference between a late-season surge and a costly stumble. If Cincinnati wants to shore up its pass rush, one intriguing option is bringing back Carl Lawson. Drafted by the Bengals in 2017, Lawson flashed serious edge talent before injuries pushed him to the Jets. Limited snaps in 2023 kept him under the radar, but when healthy he remains a disruptive force off the edge. High it matters with Shamar Stewart sidelined and Joseph Ossai struggling to make an impact. Only 3 tackles and no sacks through 2 games. The defensive line could use a proven spark. Lawson knows the Bengals' culture and scheme, meaning a reunion would require minimal adjustment time. Yes, Lawson's injury history is a concern, but the payoff could be significant. A short-term, incentive-driven deal would give Cincinnati another experienced rusher without locking them into a heavy commitment. If the Bengals want immediate help generating pressure, revisiting an old relationship with Lawson might be the bold move that keeps their defense dangerous deep into the season. The Bengals' secondary hasn't lived up to expectations, and reinforcements may be necessary if the unit doesn't tighten up soon. Asante Samuel Jr. remains one of the most talented free agents on the market, but he's recovering from spinal fusion surgery and will undergo a CT scan in October. Until doctors clear him, any signing would be strictly long-term speculation. If he checks out later in the season, Cincinnati, or another contender, could move quickly to bring him in. Another possible option is James Bradberry, who missed all of 2024 with a lower leg injury. While medical concerns linger, his 2021 and 2022 seasons proved he can still be a steady, physical presence on the outside when healthy. The Bengals' current cornerback group hasn't played to its potential in Al Golden's defense, leaving open the possibility of a mid-season addition. Whether it's Samuel after a clean bill of health, Bradbury on a prove-it deal, or another veteran who shakes free, Cincinnati must stay alert if coverage issues continue. Another veteran to keep on the radar is Cameron Sutton. Though his 2023 season was shortened to 9 games and production dipped, his earlier years with the Steelers showed he can be a steady outside corner. For a Bengals secondary looking for reliability, Sutton's experience in the AFC North is a definite plus. At safety, Justin Simmons stands out as one of the league's most accomplished free agents. A consistent playmaker during his time in Denver, Simmons brings range, leadership, and ball-hawking instincts. Local favorite Chad Johnson even teased the idea of Simmons in stripes on social media, sparking fan excitement. With Cincinnati's defensive backs needing a spark, veterans like Sutton or Simmons could provide immediate stability. Sutton offers familiarity with division opponents, while Simmons would add a proven playmaker on the back end. If injuries or inconsistent play continue, either move could be the upgrade that keeps the Bengals' defense competitive through the grind of the season. Among available safeties, Justin Simmons remains a premier option. His coverage skills are matched by his willingness to step into run support, making him one of the most complete defensive backs still on the market. Another intriguing possibility is Darnell Savage. Recently released by Jacksonville, Savage logged 42 tackles last season and excelled at stopping plays near the line of scrimmage, those critical, defensive wins, that halt momentum without needing a sack or tackle for loss. Why it matters: the Bengals' secondary has shown improvement, but adding a proven veteran like Simmons or a versatile defender like Savage could strengthen both pass coverage and run defense. With a long season ahead, keeping these names on the radar gives Cincinnati flexibility if injuries strike or depth becomes an issue.